So, what is your takeaway from this section, from this chapter?
Okay. I've already mentioned it from the holiday fun, but the sense of peace, the sense of belonging that Harry must be feeling, like little by little as he experiences more and more in the wizarding world, he just finds more of that sense of belonging and more of that connection that he probably felt something was wrong or something was off when he was in the muggle world, and he could never explain it. He couldn't put his finger on it because he didn't have anyone to guide him through that feeling. And now it just all unravels in this most natural way, and there he is, and just that peace, like, okay, the mystery is solved, this is where I belong, and just enjoying those moments of belonging with his friends. I love that. Also, one more, Gredden Forge for life. I just love that. Like the fact that they're like, well, yeah, I suppose she thinks you don't forget your name, but we're not stupid. We know we're called Bread and Forge.
Duh, woman. It reminds me of when they were going through the at platform 9 3/4 the first time when she's like, "Go, Fred," and he's like, "I'm not Fred, I'm George. Honestly, mother, can't you tell us apart?" She's like, "Oh, I'm so sorry, George," and he's like, "Just kidding, I'm Fred."
Yeah, love it. And I love the fact that also she doesn't like get all that riled up for the most part.
How
with
could
their
she?
joke. I mean, I think she
She
just
would have,
realizes she's just got to let them be, because
dude,
otherwise she would just be
she's
stressing
known
far.
them longer than anybody. They're already her fourth and fifth kids.
Yeah.
And if she really let them get to her, she'd have like 12 heart attacks a day.
That too.
Seriously, because
12 heart attacks a day. What's
that's
yours?
why this isn't really a spoiler, but it's a little extra information. That's why later on, when she finds out they want to open a joke shop, it's amazing to me that she's not like, perfect, because lady, you know who these people are.
Yeah.
So, all right. So my takeaway is basically the same. I loved that for the first time in his entire life, Harry had a fun, loving, inclusive Christmas with gifts that were thoughtfully thought out for him and people that wanted to be around him, that he enjoyed his time with. That he has a Weasley sweater because he has a new family now. And yeah, it's all basically the same things. Like Harry has found, it reminds me of the Bizarro episode of Seinfeld, where like there's this whole other universe where everybody's opposite. And like in the Muggle world, he's the dirty boy with the very big clothing who never combs his hair and lives in a closet under the stairs. And you flip the script and he goes to Hogwarts and he's literally the most well-known wizard in history. And like, so yeah, it's just, like you said, it's heartwarming to have him be able to attend the Christmas feast and actually enjoying it with all these people, and how happy he is when he does go to bed and fall asleep. And now having something that he knows belonged to his father, that's something that means something to him. So yeah, like
Family
a lot of people say the first book and the first movie are boring, but it's really, really, really all the framework, because every single chapter he just settles into the wizarding world that much more. He learns a little more of something and just falls in a little bit
Oh,
more.
the first movie is my absolute favorite movie in the whole series. It's the one that gives you that gives me all the feels. Like
All the feels.
it's the discovery of the world. The first moment that he sets his eyes on Diagon Alley, like all of that, because it's a whole world of firsts for him. I mean, not that he doesn't have them throughout the entire series, because he does. He has many, because he has so much to learn. But
he didn't even know this existed.
Yeah, it's just
so
the discovery.
Yeah, it's
yeah.
It's it sets the scene. It absolutely sets the scene. Hey, well then, you know what it's time for.
It's time to make magic.
It is time to make magic.